So our guy Samson McCray is back in his hometown, Tyndalston, and the vibe is immediately off. He messed up a job, got sent to the pen, and is basically starting from zero. The whole situation is a total mess, and he's clearly not stoked to be back. The backstory is kinda grim. His sister, Una, had to make a deal with some seriously sketchy people in St. Louis to get him out of trouble. Now, she's being held as collateral, and if Samson doesn't pay back a huge debt, things are going to end badly for both of them. Samson links up with his old boss, Carter, who sets him up with some small-time gigs to start chipping away at the debt. It's a major step down from what he's used to, but he has to start somewhere. The grind is officially on, and the pressure is immense. The first few jobs are just simple delivery gigs, getting Samson back into the rhythm of the streets. It's nothing glamorous, just a way to get the cash flowing. Every dollar earned is a tiny step closer to getting his sister out of the mess he created for her. Samson gets a call from Una, and you can just feel the tension. She's trying to stay strong, but being a bargaining chip is clearly taking its toll. This phone call is a heavy reminder of what's at stake and why he absolutely cannot afford to fail this time around. The old crew gets together at their local spot, the Double Tap. It's a reunion with Carter and Tommy, and for a moment it feels like old times. But the neighborhood has changed, and a new drug called White Wisp is messing everything up, creating a pretty dark atmosphere. Just when things seem to be settling down, the bar gets shot up in a majorly chaotic scene. It's a targeted hit, and their friend Nate gets seriously injured in the crossfire. This attack proves that someone is making a bold move, turning Samson's debt problem into a full-blown war. The investigation into the shooting begins. Samson connects with an old friend, Floyd, a car expert who gives him the first real lead. The getaway car, a very distinct silver ride with red stripes, belongs to some local guy. It's the first thread to pull in a much larger mystery. Samson tracks down the driver, a dude named Paulie, and corners him. After a bit of not-so-gentle persuasion, Paulie spills that he was just the driver. He gives up the name of the guy who hired him, some drunk named Dallas, adding another layer to the developing conspiracy. Following another lead, Samson finds the gun dealer, Antoine, who sold the weapon used in the shooting. Antoine, who weirdly sells guns but doesn't use them, confirms he sold the piece to a wannabe banger named Steve McNamara. The pieces are slowly starting to connect. Samson confronts Steve, the shooter, in the middle of a robbery. It turns out Steve was also just a hired gun, picked for the job by the same guy, Dallas. It's becoming clear that this Dallas character is the common denominator who orchestrated the entire attack on the Double Tap. With a solid name to go on, Carter sends Samson to the docks to find this mysterious Dallas Green. He's described as a nobody, a drunk who owes money all over town. The big question is why a small-timer like him would have the guts to order a hit on Carter's crew. After shaking down Dallas's old crew, Samson finally tracks down the man himself. Dallas confesses he was coerced into setting up the hit by someone far more dangerous, a guy named Danny Zeta. Zeta promised to clear Dallas's debts, using him as a pawn in a much larger game. Samson goes after Danny Zeta, a rival crew leader who's been making moves on Carter's territory. Zeta isn't even trying to hide it. He's openly bragging about Carter losing his grip. This confrontation reveals the attack wasn't random, but a calculated play for power in the city's underworld. Hi there. If you want to enjoy more gaming lore without grinding for 60 hours, hit that subscribe button. I do the grinding so you don't have to. Your support really helps the channel. While dealing with Zeta's crew, Samson discovers something even more disturbing: a stash of the White Wisp drug and a group of people being held captive. This is way bigger than a simple turf war. A new, sinister player is clearly operating in Tyndalston, using the drug for some dark purpose. Carter tasks Samson with digging into the White Wisp epidemic. The street-level dealers are terrified of their supplier, talking about him like he's some kind of boogeyman. They say he's a religious fanatic who strangles people with a rosary, which is definitely a new level of unhinged. A bartender named Richie, whose niece died from the drug, gives Samson a crucial tip. He says the mysterious supplier is a regular at St. Dunstan's church and suggests talking to the priest, Father Ali. It's a strange lead, but it's the only one Samson has at the moment. After a brawl inside the church, Father Ali finally decides to help. He breaks the seal of confession because the man he suspects is truly evil. He gives Samson the name of the boogeyman, Andrei Valkov. The priest is visibly shaken, confirming just how dangerous this guy really is. Samson updates Carter with the name, and the mission becomes crystal clear. Find Andrei Valkov and take him out for good. Before that, though, Samson finds Valkov's main supply of White Wisp and destroys all of it, dealing a massive blow to his operation and hopefully saving some lives. Una calls with a warning that feels like some serious foreshadowing. She's worried about Tommy, saying he's too ambitious and that Carter trusts him too much. Her intuition is screaming that something is off with their childhood friend, hinting at a betrayal that Samson isn't ready to see yet. Valkov doesn't take the destruction of his drug stash lightly and sends the Grim Skulls, a local biker gang, to take Samson out. Samson handles the bikers and gets some intel from their leader, Bones. He learns Valkov hired them at a place called Slaughterhouse Point, giving him his next destination. Arriving at Slaughterhouse Point, Samson makes a horrifying discovery. He finds the people Valkov has been kidnapping, addicts taken off the street. He manages to free them, sending them to Father Ali for safety. This confirms Valkov isn't just a drug lord, but a truly twisted individual. The final showdown with Valkov is intense. The religious fanatic claims his horrific actions are the Lord's work. Before he's dealt with, he drops a bombshell. He's just a middleman. The real mastermind is someone he calls the Lady of the Mansion, who's running a cleansing ritual. Samson follows the lead to a secret, high-end club called The Mansion. There, he finally meets the woman pulling all the strings, Nicola Gamby. She's a ruthless property developer with a twisted cult that uses the kidnapped addicts for their sick entertainment and other depraved activities. Gamby lays out her entire evil plan like a supervillain monologue. She's been systematically destroying the neighborhood with drugs to drive down property values so she can buy it all up for cheap. She offers Samson a place in her new world order, but he's obviously not having it. After taking out Gamby, Samson meets with Carter to debrief. He explains the massive conspiracy, the cult, and the real estate scheme. Gamby had mentioned a hornet's nest, and they realized that taking her out likely didn't end the problem. It just made them the new primary target for her powerful associates. The weight of everything that's happened is hitting Samson hard. A call with Una reveals his exhaustion. He tells her about the twisted cult, and the sheer depravity of it all leaves them both shaken. The job is no longer just about money. It's about surviving a war they never saw coming. Carter reveals a new plan. Gamby kept all her records, names, accounts, everything, on a floppy disk stored in a super-secure vault at the exclusive Cumberland Club. He's found someone who can get them inside, But there's a huge catch that makes Samson extremely uncomfortable with the entire situation. The catch is a big one. To get the informant's help, they have to steal the legendary Brahmin diamond from the same vault. Samson swore to Una he was done with high-stakes heists, but Carter pulls the loyalty card, reminding Samson he owes him. Reluctantly, Samson agrees to the job. After a wild chase, Samson gets to the drop-off point, and the ultimate betrayal is revealed. Tommy is there waiting, and he was the insider working with Gamby all along. He kills Carter's contact and admits he orchestrated everything, including the hit that nearly killed Nate. It's a gut-wrenching twist. The verbal showdown between the two former brothers is heartbreaking. Tommy justifies his betrayal by claiming he was building an empire for them while Samson was gone. He feels abandoned and believes Carter's old-school ways are finished. He sees his actions as a necessary modern business move. Words fail, and the two are forced into a final tragic fight. Tommy, who was once like family, has become an unforgivable traitor. Samson has to put aside their entire history and do what needs to be done, ending the life of the person he once considered his brother. Samson has the awful task of calling Una to tell her that Tommy is gone. The conversation is heavy with grief and unspoken pain. What should have been a victory is tainted by the loss of their friend. The city might be theirs, but it came at a devastating personal cost. In the aftermath, Carter reassures Samson that everything will be fine. He's handling the logistics of fencing the massive diamond, a process that will take time. He tells Samson to keep his head down and keep working, promising that they're moving up in the world now. The story comes full circle with one last phone call. Una calls, ecstatic. The diamond money came through and the debt is finally paid. She's free. After all the chaos, loss, and betrayal, they can finally start over. It's a quiet, hard-earned victory for the McCray siblings. Gaming lore is long and confusing, but I break it down every week. Subscribe so you never miss a plot twist or hidden detail. Thanks for watching.